Sunil Merchant. I own a store here locally in Covina, California called Sunny Components. We're a seriously high performance store. We carry very, very high performance products. We look at all manufacturers that we carry and we put the same diligence that you will see in the setup that we have here. And we carry on the same process in your home. We love to do setup. We don't like to give boxes to people. Today at the show, we're bringing in Wadax, their reference DAP, which has power supplies, and their brand new reference streamer. We have an Origin CD player from NeoDio. We have CH Precision. We have Audience and AudioQuest cables. We have the M1.1 reference 1 series 1 box amplifier. This amplifier basically can be purchased as a 1 box, which has 2 stereo cards, 2 cards, so you can have stereo. If you decide to buy another box, you can remove one of the channels, add it to the second box, making that as your mono block, and saving big money because you're using the card from this box. And down the line, you can add 2 more cards and then be able to bi-amp it if your speaker has 4 terminals. Does that make sense to you? Okay, this does not work.
He was walking along the road. I asked him, where are you going? And this he told me. Well, I'm going down to Yasku's farm. Gonna join in a rock and roll band. Gonna get back to the land and set my soul free. We are stardust, golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden.
Came to the show thinking, hey, let me listen to some audio stands. But I'm just going to briefly give you kind of the elevator moment with HRS. What is unique about the product is a couple of things. The head of the company is an aeronautical engineer with 30 years of working specifically in vibration and damping control for projects like the Dreamliner, the stealth helicopter, the Navy isolation of computers on their ships. He was kind of the guy that was the head of the teams that did that kind of work. Audiophile and musician, so naturally he made a stand. And one of the unique things that he understands that a lot of people don't is, this is a great example here. So you have a stand and you have a base, which is actually an isolation base that moves. Then you have feet underneath, which are grounding feet. And then you have a damping plate on top. So this is a fully conditioned chassis. If you look over the stand, they're not all done that way. So not every component actually wants to see a footer. Not every component wants to see a damping plate. But they do need a shelf to sit on and they do need a stand, so that's universal. So HRS uniquely has a toolkit of products, and you can start with any of them, and they benefit your system, and then you can grow into what we have here. And it's all modular. You can make it taller, wider, whatever. And if you want to hear what it does, it will be, the bass by itself can be used by itself, and actually there are 4 different styles of 4 different levels of bases in this system, but you don't know that because they all look the same. Sonny can actually demonstrate the 30 dB noise drop they'll do on a system if you go to a store. So just call them up and say, hey, I want to make an appointment to hear stands. And how long have you done HRS?
Forever.
Forever. Yeah, I've been in
It
the
goes
Sonny
back,
shop.
so it goes back at least 15 years.
Yeah.
So Fred Flintstone his.
Yeah.
So I've represented HRS for 6 years. I've been in the business 30 plus years. And most of that time I've done business with Sonny Components. And every time I have something new, he's my first call.
You know, this is such a big deal to us, especially Sunil. You know, the level of gear and effort he took to bring here is extraordinary. But, you know, he was talking to me on the phone. He said, I want it to be an experience. If after 18 months, basically a plague, people are going to come out and listen to High Five, I want it to be something they've never seen or heard before. These are the first in the actual United States. So theoretically, yes, you're hearing stuff that no one has ever heard before. I'm going to play you a one step. It's our process where we take usually when you make a record, there's a lacquer, there's a father pressing, a mother pressing, a stamper, then they make the vinyl. What we're doing is going right from the lacquer to a convert to pressing vinyl. So there's only one step. So it's very quiet, very dynamic, but what we're going to play now is Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You've probably heard Spinning Wheel before, but you've not heard it like this. They were a jazz band at heart, and I want you to hear the interplay between the horns, the bass, the percussion, and hear the joy that they're going through. These guys were in the pocket. They got it, man. It's groove, it's down deep, and you can hear it in there, and that's what you miss on most recordings with this. So for right now, Spinning Wheel, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and again, thank you.
Well, I came upon a child of God. He was walking along the road. I asked him, where are you going? And this he told me. Well, I'm going down to Yazgo's farm. Gonna join in a rock and roll band. Gonna get back to the land and set my soul free. We are stardust, golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. Then can I walk beside you? I have come here to lose the smoke, and I feel to be a clock in something turning. Maybe it's the time of year, or maybe it's the time I met. I don't know who I am. My life is flooded. We are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. By the time we got to Woodstock, we were 500,000 strong, and everywhere was a song